Okay, this is our little grocery haul going into the second week of March. It looks an awful lot like the grocery haul going into the first week of March. So, a main staple in our diet is lettuce. We always buy this type. It's pesticide free and it's human hand free. So, it's grown, watered, harvested, and packed without hands, human hands, that is. And so, we eat everything in it. I mean, right down to the last stem, stalk, or leaf. And we've never done that with any lettuce except for the lettuce that I purchased before this that was from a farm in Minnesota, large lettuce farm in Minnesota. So, and then that went off the shelves. So we went to this, which I was hesitant, but enjoy it. And so, yeah, we buy lettuce that we're going to actually eat all of it, and that's $4.48. Price hasn't changed a bit in over a year since I started buying it for 8 ounces. And then eggs, $4.97, $5.97. I wanted large eggs. I also wanted brown eggs. I just happen to like brown eggs. So whether there's a taste difference or not, not really. The only taste difference I ever notice between eggs is when I buy them from a farmer and then when I buy them in the store. So the eggs and salad greens or produce are a mainstay in our diet. It's almost 75% of our diet. And as far as I'm concerned, it's 100% of my diet. So we're going to have to, figure out ways to afford the eggs and afford the produce. And my video before this, which I'll link in this video, is how we're going to do it. 3 bags of apples at Aldi, and those were $2.79 a piece, cheapest apples in the market today, both at Aldi and Walmart. And those were 3-pound bags, Pink Lady. And if I didn't say it, the bananas were 50 cents a pound. We usually have 2 bundles of bananas a week. And at 50 cents a pound, we have $1.49 worth of bananas there. 3 zucchinis, also a mainstay in our diet for eggs and all kinds of different things. They are $1.79 a pound, and we bought 1.5 pounds, so $2.65 for those 3 zucchini. Then we have green and red cabbage. Those last for 2 weeks, so 2 weeks worth of my husband's packed lunches. The red cabbage was up in price, $3.40 a pound, and we got just over a pound, so we end up spending $3.98 for the red cabbage, the most we've ever spent. And the green cabbage was also up, both of these up about 60 or 70 cents a pound. The red cabbage was $3.33 a pound, and we ended up spending under a pound, or buying under a pound, and so that came out to be $3.23 for the green cabbage. So very expensive, with a 60 or 70 cent raise in price. The zucchini also went up. That was 98 cents last week a pound. It's now $1.79 a pound. The Pink Lady apples at Aldi have stayed the same the whole while through. The eggs have been these prices, except these were $4.86, the great value, for the longest time, and now they've gone up. But the farm, flock, family, those have been that same price for, I don't know, a year or more. Bananas have always been 50 cents a pound for as long as I can think of at Walmart. We bought the cheapest or most affordable oranges, and those are at Aldi. And those were actually $4.99 the last time I bought them, and this week they were $3.99. Loaf of bread is another staple in every week's diet, and that was $2.50 for Sara Lee's Classic White. My husband's milk has gone up over time. It's $4.97 now, but actually I can't remember if it was $4.18 or $5.18. I think it was $5.18 one of the last times we bought it. It's now $4.97. The orange juice will last a good month if I continue to squeeze oranges, and that was $7.64. That has gone up well over $1. And then I'm now buying a gallon of milk because it's cheaper than buying a half gallon of milk. So a gallon of organic milk, which may seem very high, but it lasts me an entire month, is $8.87. It's far cheaper than if I bought 2 half gallons. I do sometimes buy the Great Value or the Market Side or whatever organic milk, but that was out today. The only milk that was in was the gallons of Organic Valley or the half gallons. And that is our grocery haul. So I will leave the totals in the description, but that's going into the second week. That is all the groceries that we've purchased. Okay, let's take a look at the March budget. So January and February were different months because our rent was still on our past lease. Now, when March first started up, our rent is on our current lease. And just to note, as I have in other videos, everything has gone up in our household expenses this year. So, and wages, Wages have stayed the same, except for the fact that the insurance costs more. So now, after the gross income, taking away the 401 contribution, the dental insurance, and the medical insurance, take-home pay is $14.82. Of course, taxes, and then take-home pay is $14.82 every 2 weeks, giving us $29.64, and that is, for anyone new that and may have watched some older videos or decide to watch newer videos, thank you. I do mention that my income is going towards retirement that I kind of was late to the game for. So I really need to save for retirement because my Social Security check is just somewhat over $500 a month. And I had never saved for retirement before. I had never had a retirement account until the last 3 years. And so I'm behind. So my income was going to retirement savings, also going towards a down payment for a home. We don't have that in the bank except for just a couple $1,000s. And our car is at almost 200,000 miles. It will be 18 years old this July, and we really need to get a new car. So this one's kind of nickel and diming us to death. We spend anywhere from $1,000 to $1,400 a year keeping it maintained. So that is kind of crazy, and that is not the way I want to do things. So my income was going towards a down payment on a car, or just to outright buy a car if I could save enough. Unfortunately, I lost my job in February, so we are at one income. So with $29.64 a month, our rent did go up to $1,400. Our electric is $125 fall, winter, and spring. The heat is radiant, and it is not paid by us, which, long story short, it is questionable. We do think that we are paying a portion of our heat because we actually have a standalone boiler in our apartment. No other apartment has that. And it clicks on and off with electricity. And right after the heat is turned off, this $125 bill goes down to $90. So that might be something for us to take up at a later date, as far as not necessarily getting the money back, but at least showing that heat was never included in our rent, or at least the full total amount that we're supposed to get, which is no heat bill at all. So our electric bill is just for our appliances and the lights being on. And if you watched a recent video, we just have about half a dozen lights. So we don't watch TV. My husband has an iPad and I have a laptop. We do have a washer and dryer that's our own. We bought our own because they wouldn't provide us with ones that worked, and we also have our own freezer and refrigerator, all energy efficient. The ones that were in here were 25 years old. So we have really quite newer appliances that are energy efficient. And other than that, we an occasional air cleaner on. There are no other, we unplug the toaster or the microwave or all types of things. So yeah, I still feel like the electric bill is pretty high, and it goes higher in the summer. It goes up to about $170 with the air conditioner on just part-time. Phone, I have a phone through U.S. Cellular. I have had either a landline or a non-smartphone, and now a smartphone ever since cell phones came out. So I've been with the same company for, 25 years. And that's $67 a month. Our car insurance, same with that. We've been with the same company since we got married 30 years ago. That's $70. And when we got our car brand new, the insurance in our car brand new was $65. And then about 6-7 years ago, it went up to $67, and now it's at $70. So renter's insurance is $23 a month. I just put that aside and save it, and then when it's due, I just pay the bill in full because there are fees associated. There has been $2 fees, $3 fees, the convenience ones for paying online in installments, and this year they are $8. So we're just going to pay it in one lump sum because that's almost $100 in fees a year to pay your bill. Groceries went down from $400, or actually about $500 540 down to 480 down to 400, and they're now at 300. Kitty is still $80. His food is still 88 cents. Fuel is, we just have 60, so when 60 is gone, we stay home. Household savings, or household, this is for the paper products. I decided to have some money for that, so toilet paper and stuff like that. Soap, laundry soap, $50 a month, and then we have a savings. So $300 goes into our personal savings account, $300 towards moving, and $189 towards a car down payment. So that is our March 2025 budget. Okay, I've got paper, copy paper to use up this week because it's got lines all over the back, so I'll go ahead and put the grocery items that I bought week 1 and week 2 down and show you the totals. So lettuce $4.48, spinach $3.68, I bought bananas $2, red grapes were $2.49 a pound, so $3.39 for those. Zucchini was 98 cents a pound, so I got $1.68 worth of those. The little 1 pound bag of carrots, $1.08 at Walmart. Bread, $1.98. We stocked up on tea, so $4.25 a box, 5 boxes of them. My husband's snack bars for his lunch, $18.96. A box of saltine crackers for $4. Orange juice, just a half gallon for $4.64. A half gallon of my husband's milk for $5.27. That's up a little bit, and then half and half for $3.48. And that total for week 1 of March, $75.89. And as you'll see, as is our diet, heavy in produce. We do have that, those pounds of ground beef for meat and the chickens for meat. So we've got that. And of course we have rice and we have potatoes. So those are the items that make our meals. When we need bread, I either buy it. I sometimes make homemade bread. If we need rolls, I usually make those. And then for special holidays, we buy a turkey or a ham. And then breakfast, I buy when it's on sale, bacon when it's on sale, or breakfast sausages for my husband when it's on sale. So we have other meat that's in the household, and we also have staples like rice and pasta and potatoes. So usually every week our staple groceries are heavy on the produce and then some dairy. So going into week 2, again, we had lettuce and bananas again, and then I needed to pick up some eggs, so I've got the, I don't know why I said EV eggs, the Great Value eggs, a dozen for $5.97, and then the Family Farm eggs for $4.97. I went to Aldi. It was the only item I bought at Aldi was apples, Pink Lady apples, I believe, $2.79 each bag, 3-pound bag. Zucchini went up. It was $1, I think 98 a pound. Went up like $1 a pound. So $3.13 for 3 of those this week. Red cabbage also went up. It's usually in the $2 range. I'll have to look at past groceries, but I know it's not this high. It's $2.40, I think. Usually, and the green cabbage is always cheaper. So this week it was $3.98 a pound for the red and $3.23 for the green cabbages. Oranges went down. Oh no, that was another thing that I bought at Aldi. I bought the apples and the oranges. Oranges were $3.99 this week at Aldi, but I paid $4.99 for them a couple of weeks ago. I decided to buy my husband a gallon of the orange juice. That was $7.64. That did go up because it used to be $6.86 or $6.68, so that has gone up. Bread, depending on what Sara Lee you buy, sometimes our loaves are $1.98, sometimes they're $2.50. Half a gallon of milk for my husband, $4.99. I know that went down a little bit because it was $5.27 the last time I bought it, and I decided that buying a gallon of my milk, which will last a whole month, is cheaper than buying 2 half gallons. So this total for being in the second week of March is $63.48. Total spent thus far $139.37. Well, this afternoon I'm out in my favorite place in the entire universe, my favorite place besides the farm that I grew up on that I've ever been to. I'm now in my 61st year, and that is the Necedah National Wildlife Refuge. We just got an email here a couple of days ago talking about budgets and funding and stuff and how they may have to close. It's I believe there's 26,000 acres, and we've been coming out here for many years. It's, like I said, my favorite place, most peaceful place. It's a large refuge, lots of water, lots of different birds, and of course at nighttime There's coyotes and wolves, and they're all enclosed in this refuge, and they have all the space and all the habitats that they could possibly dream of. But unfortunately, with times the way that they are, with funding or budgets or something, there is a real risk, according to the email, that it could shut down. So that saddens us. Like I said, we've probably been coming out here 15 or 20 years and never had an email like that. So we decided to come out here, even though I haven't had much sleep lately, and just be around nature. I don't know who out in the world really needs to hear this, but, you know, don't give up any type of fight. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you're fighting for your health or fighting to find a new job. Just don't give up. When I was younger in that, I used to quit everything and give up easily on everything and get very frustrated and very irritated and annoyed. And I just felt like it doesn't matter whether I fight or I don't fight, whether I push forward, whether I move forward, whether I look at it from a different perspective, it's still going to be the same outcome. And I would just, wave my hands in the air and call it quits. But as I've gotten older, and definitely when I was in my 50s, probably mid 50s, it started to just be wonderful just to wake up every day. I woke up this morning bright and early, and the first thing I saw was a red-winged blackbird, and that's one of the first birds that come back to Wisconsin after winter. And that's worth it every day, to wake up and see a new bird return, to see a new sprout through the ground, to watch crocuses and daffodils, to smell the earth when you buy a bouquet of fresh tulips or walk by someone's garden, to hear different songbirds return, like I'm waiting for the robins to return. I mean, that's worth getting up for me every day, with or without a job. It's worth it to fight for another spring, another chance to create a garden, to be in nature, if not here, other parts of nature, to be with my husband. And every challenge, no matter how I was told years ago, once you reach a certain age, you're going to get tired of challenges. You're going to get tired of fighting. You're going to get tired of uphill battles. Thankfully, I haven't. Thankfully, I didn't reach that in my 40s or my 50s, and I don't think that it's going to hit in the 60s either. Because I look forward every year to spring. Every year I look forward to the birds returning. I look forward to what I'm going to plant in my garden, what I'm going to see other people plant in their garden. All the beautiful flowers as they bloom, all the different things that we can do when it's nice out in spring, balmy and hot out in summer. And then at the end of that season, look forward to the beautiful trees as they change color and all the animals begin to fly south or move south or go to their migratory places of rest. So if you needed to hear this today, just keep on fighting no matter what it is. Look at every challenge as something that you can overcome, and you learn from it, experience, and you can pass it on to someone. Pass it on to your children, grandchildren. I don't have any of that to pass it on to. So I just say it out into the internet, and you guys have been so supportive since I lost my job that, if I can support somebody today with a message from my most favorite place on earth, that'll make me very happy. And it'll be all worth it standing on this hillside trying to get a video done, because the sun is so shiny, and this is the only place that I can stand to make this video. So I hope you're all well. And I also wanted to add in a big thank you to a very kind friend, subscriber, and follower of my channel, who was so kind and thoughtful to send me this card with a gift card for Target this week. I can't tell you how thankful I am for that. I've always budgeted every single thing, and and I haven't lost a job in a long time, but I can still remember the last time that I lost a job, and it's the same this time. You just don't want to spend any. First of all, I feel, and I'm sure most people do, you just feel horrible and you feel guilty. Now you're no longer bringing in an income. And then secondly, you don't want to put on the budget, or you don't want to go into a store and put anything in the cart that isn't an absolute necessity. I just feel that way. My husband doesn't make me feel that way, and words really aren't exchanged. But you just feel, I know some people feel that way, and I know I do. We really needed some toiletry items. things also like I do use Pepto-Bismol occasionally in that. We were out of that, and that was something that was on my mind, and other toiletry items that I really needed, and it was like, well, I can just stretch it, or I can go without for a little bit, or we can wait. Maybe in the next week or the next few days I'll get a job. So when this card came, that was so nice, because we were headed to get some produce in that, and I was able to pick up some items at Target. So I am so very thankful. It made it so much easier. I felt so much less guilty, I guess, of putting those items in the cart. It's just something that's unexpected to receive, but such a delight receiving it, and I can't thank you enough for thinking of me and supporting me, always having a kind word to say for every video that I make, always there sending me love, and now something just at the time that I absolutely needed it. So I thank you, and I appreciate you, and yeah, take care and be well, and I will see you in the next video.